రికార్డింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు కానీ
Hello Masters, a hearty welcome to you all to the Voice of BYM. I'm Swapna Gajala and I live in Austin, Texas, USA. I started my meditation journey around 4 years back, and Saroja Madam has been a great guide in my spiritual journey. I have benefited immensely from SSC platform activities and been inspired by the work of all masters of BYM. Beyond Your Mind, BYM, as we say, is a community platform from where we are reaching out with open heart to all the fellow beings to discover happiness and inner peace that we all are seeking desperately in every moment of our lives. Some of the key services provided are guided meditation sessions for new and advanced meditators, learning centers, School of Self-Empowerment, corporate awareness programs, workshops, wisdom sharing sessions, and spiritual counseling. Under the BYM wing, we also have Crystal Children Corner Academy and Indigo Youth Platform. CCC, which is Crystal Children Corner Academy, as you all know, caters to little kids, while Indigo Youth Platform is to empower youth aged from ages 14 to 30. The vision of BYM is to build a community with individuals who believe in themselves and have miraculous thinking that aids in the overall growth of humanity. Voice of BYM is the program to bring experiences of all masters who are with BYM and on how BYM is helping to transform their lives. So this program runs in 3 languages, Telugu, English, and Hindi. Let's all listen to the Voice of BYM song, tuned and sung by none other than Saroja Madam. Admin, request you to play the song, please.
Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM, మన అందరి గొంతులు ఒకటై పలికే Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM. Let's share our lives with each other through Voice of BYM. నేర్చుకున్న పాఠాలు, ఆచరించు సత్యాలు, చేసిన పలు సేవలు, మన అందరి అనుభవాలు. Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM. चलो सब मिल एक साथ में गाए Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM. మన అందరి మనసులు ఒకటై పలికే Voice of BYM. Life lessons learned from BYM family, helping each other to grow daily. Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM. Let's hear our friends from far and near through Voice of BYM. Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM. हम सबकी आत्मकथा है इसमें Voice of BYM. Voice of BYM, Voice of BYM. La 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 la. Voice of BYM.
Thank you all for listening. So today we have a cute, wonderful master who is one of the pillars of BYM and Crystal Children's Corner. I'm very happy to welcome Sonika, a 10th grader who lives in Frisco, Texas, USA, with her parents Pratyusha and Srinivas and little sister Kirtika. She teaches yoga and meditation to little Buddhas on the CCC platform. She is also a moderator for book clubs and a key member of Indigo Youth Platform, inspiring not only students, but also teachers and coordinators with her passion and dedication. She is also a key contributor to Ananda Lahari, annual graduation festival of CCC Academy. And we have it again this year on 6th November. And a talented girl who takes care of many other volunteer activities too, like making flyers and editing videos for BYM activities. So let's welcome Sonika and know more about her journey and her experiences. Hearty welcome, Sonika. We are,
Thank you, ma'am.
we are
Thank you
very,
for having me.
yes, we are very curious and excited to know about your journey in BYM. So I know that you wanted to start with a chant, right? So please
Yeah.
start.
So I would like to start off by saying the Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu sloka. So we'll start with that. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parat Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Thank you. Yeah, let's start the interview.
So Sonika, when did you first start meditation?
I first started meditation, I think exactly a year and a half ago. So around last the summer, after summer of COVID. So that time I was home and my mom, my aunt got introduced to meditation, and so she told my mother, and after that we joined some meditation sessions, and so I joined with my mother, and we would sit there and we would do meditation. So that was for like a summer, like every evening we would do like it was a 1 hour session with another ma'am, and that's how I started meditation, getting introduced to sitting in meditation and doing it. Yeah. And after that, my mom got met Saroja ma'am through the SSE, and after that, I also joined. But that's how I got introduced to meditation.
Wonderful. And so basically, it's through your mom that you're introduced.
Yes.
Yes. So when and how did you start your journey on BYM platform?
I started my journey on BYM platform on January 2021. So that I mean my mom started SSE before, but that November, I think, exact little bit after this time, my mom she asked me one day like, "You do you want to volunteer for Saroja ma'am? She's starting a new program, Crystal Children Corner, and if you want, I can like I messaged from my mom's phone that time to Saroja ma'am like I'm 14 years old. I would love to volunteer and help in any way I can." So that's how it's all started with that one message. And after that, Saroja ma'am reached out to me, and we like talked over the phone and just getting to know me. And I first started off teaching yoga in the first batch. So that's how I started with BYM. So that's it's almost like a year and a half, more than a year and a half. So yeah.
It's wonderful. And you took that step to join and coordinate. It's amazing, Sonika. Thank you for sharing. So, what are some of the changes you have seen in your life, in your daily routine after coming into BYM?
There, after starting BYM, especially like meditation, it brought some changes. Like when I'm doing meditation at first, like me being more focused and being more like conscious about everything I do. That was an aspect I got from meditation. But meditation, along with being a part of BYM, especially Crystal Children Corner, the classes, because I was teaching yoga, and then the rest of the other time I was sitting in class listening to all the topics that all the teachers presented. And I think out of all of those, I learned a lot. Not with just with meditation, but all those like topics and morals that I learned from those classes. I think if you intertwine both of them, it really changed me by making me think about topics like happiness and gratitude. These are two topics that, especially these two topics, forgiveness, these the emotion based ones really connected to me, because those are emotions that I show on a regular basis, which whether it be anger, happiness, forgiving someone once and like whenever it comes, and showing gratitude, which I can do anytime and anywhere. So I think that those are things that really changed after joining BYM, and I incorporated those in my life more. And like for happiness, like I realized when I was happy and what was taking away my happiness at some moments. And I feel like the skill that I had after joining BYM really increased, because
before, when I was sad, I would be sad. I would just wait until I get over it at one point. And now I think like after joining BYM especially and Crystal Children Corner, I've come to like understand why I'm observing mainly. And I think after observing my emotions and that's really I began to understand and overcome those negative emotions. And especially through gratitude, that really helped me a lot because gratitude with anything with gratitude. I think Purna sir taught that class, I remember, and gratitude really helped me in a lot of ways because it helps me like surrender to things that aren't in my control. Because whether we know it or not, like a lot of things we spend a lot of time like getting upset or thinking about things that might not be in our control to a specific extent. And I think that really helped me a lot. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful, Sonika. So it's not just about hearing these concepts, but you did a great job of applying them onto your everyday life. And the most important part is, unless and until we recognize what we want to improve, we will not head towards progress. And you identified like what are some of the things that you're pulling you back, like how you mentioned earlier, when you were sad, you were just sad, right? But now you recognize that you have that emotion and you are putting effort to come out of it, which is really wonderful. And this is a great message for all the kids. So don't just be stuck with your problems, just try to find out the solution. And the thing that you spoke about, acceptance and gratitude, it's amazing. Yes, I totally agree. Gratitude is the most important quality and habit one needs to develop in their everyday life. Wonderful. So, other than emotions, did all these experiences like help you come out of any other challenges in your life?
So these all of this helped me a lot, like in terms because as being 14-year-old, being a 15-year-old, these really helped me a lot because at this time it's crucial. You think you have like high school, you have because when I started BYM, I was going to ninth grade. So like I was in the transition between eighth grade to ninth grade. And at that age, you're thinking about like grades, your GPA, you're thinking about like friends, your like life, everything. It's like you feel like all the problems are literally revolving around you. But like I mean it's pretty typical for almost like anyone who's like a teenager at that point. But I think especially for me, like I think that when I showed like especially when it comes to my grades, because like I mean I've always wanted to do everything in perfection. And I like I put my best effort, but too, and like especially with grades, sometimes some things aren't in our control. And especially being in high school, I think that really helped me because in my ninth grade year, I was frustrated a lot. Like, I didn't get the grade I wanted, but I put so much effort. And after that, I like slowly came to realize, that you put your effort and then after that you just have to leave it. And BOM has showed me that through like gratitude, putting your effort and just leaving it to the universe, and especially the law of attraction. Whatever you attract, if you are getting frustrated, you're only going to get more frustrated. But if you're going to like just let do your effort and let it be, then I think that's what helped me, not just like mentally, but also helped me get better grades in a way too. So I think whatever that those things I learned in BYM are like life transforming for me, especially during the few years that I had, like a year. And I think I've saw so much change in myself during that time.
Wonderful. And it's amazing how you mentioned that you actually trying to apply whatever concepts, right, even in improving your grades, which is very crucial for all the students. And you covered so well about surrendering just to the universe. So set your intentions right, do your best, and then leave everything to the universe. So
Yes.
beautiful, wonderful message, Narayan. Thank you so much. So I know you're a high schooler and I'm a mom of a high schooler. So I know high schoolers have many after school activities and homeworks, and I see that you also volunteer extensively on this platform. So I'm curious, like how you manage time and any tips you can offer to students or kids out there on time management.
Yeah. I mean, as obviously I spent more, if you think about it, I spent more time in 8th grade doing culture program. Like as soon as school finished, I was on my phone messaging and editing videos and doing all that. But I think especially, we all have an equal amount of time. It's just the way we prioritize our time. So like I could spend like especially for BYM, like I remember in last year, especially during the culture program time, if I wanted to spend this many like hours doing doing volunteer work for BOM and for the cultural program, I would have to reduce my time for other stuff like watching TV and doing other things. But I think especially for being a high school student and being able to have the opportunity to be involved in like platforms like BYM and Crystal Children Corner, prioritizing your time in like a way to where you're putting the important things, you're not like lagging one. But see, like one thing that I realized as when I was in high school is that when I was in 9th grade, I was spend so much time studying, which wasn't that necessary. But I feel like being involved in so many activities, it helps me prioritize my time really well. Not that anyone should like cram themselves with so many activities, but I think like what I felt is that I was more productive with the time I had because I had so many things. And that really, everything VOM has done has not caused me any problem in anything. It only helped me in so many ways. But I think as a high schooler, if you're doing after school activities and you're doing other volunteer work, it in a way it helps you a lot if you're managing. But time can always be found in places like you find small gaps in your schedule, but everything time can be reduced here, and sometimes it's just over, you have to pick one over the other. But I think those are the decisions that as a high school student we have to take, because there's a lot more independence as a student. When you're like 14 and 15 years old, you're thinking, oh, should I join this like class, should I join this? And I think you have to consider obviously a lot of things. But whatever you do, like I've recently joined like dance classes, and I haven't done it. It's always been on my mind, I want to join it, but I always thought, like maybe I won't be able to do it because of schoolwork, because of I already have so many other things on my health or something like that. And I finally, it's like I'm just gonna do it. It's something that I want to do, and we can always adjust our time, and it's always doable.
Beautiful. This is a message not just for kids, even for adults. So, prioritization is the most important thing. And I really like how you mentioned about finding those gaps. So, and everybody has equal amount of time. So, how is somebody able to do more and somebody not able to achieve that much, like as they want to? So, it's about prioritizing your tasks, not postponing or procrastinating them, and also finding those gaps wherein you can avoid wasting time in those, so that you can fit what all you want to do. At the end of the day, you think that taking that break is good, but sometimes it's more like you can utilize that time to do something that gives you more joy. So, beautiful message. So, prioritization, kids, remember,
Yeah.
and everybody out there, prioritize your time and try to identify those gaps wherein you can fit in to add something you love. Thank you so much, Sonika. So, can you share about your involvement in the Indigo Youth platform, and also some few words about the platform?
Yeah, Indigo Youth Platform. So I started this like after the culture program last May 20, I think like May or June 2021. But during that time, and I think Indigo Youth Platform, I just joined, like Saroja ma'am was putting out messages in the group saying 14, it's for Indigo Youth Platform is for ages 14 to 30. So it's like that time, like practically your youth in the name, like your youth time. And I think just to speak about the platform, I think Indigo Youth Platform is a very, very important platform. As like Crystal children, they're gaining the holistic knowledge to help them. Indigo Youth Platform is the age where youth, they have like a lot of potential in them, especially because as kids we're learning and we're moving along with time. And during that youth, we feel we have some like we feel like we have some authority and some independence to where we can make those decisions like what we want to do. And I think Indigo Youth Platform, not just like it's not just learning, but it's also like a platform for where people and youth, like high school students, college students, people who are doing jobs, young people who are doing jobs, all these people, that's the time where we have a lot of work, a lot of responsibilities, and we're getting new to all these responsibilities as well. And I think that platform is very, very important and helpful for all these people as well, because it's a support system, and it helps us as like a community to like see and hear from others, and how each one of us can make an impact as well. So I think Indigo Youth Platform is very helpful. And so far we had a couple of speakers on Indigo Youth Platform, and I was one of them. I told the Untold Story of Sita, similar to the class I gave in CCC. I think that Indigo Youth Platform, if it's a really good place, and I think that through the time, I think it would be really helpful for so many people. And I'm probably one of the youngest who was in that platform, but I know that this platform and that age that we have is really important, because we have so much capability and so much freedom during that time to make the decisions, and those decisions can like change our life. And thank you.
Beautiful. Very well mentioned about that age wherein you feel like you have all the authority and independence, right? And try to utilize that for good, for your own good, and also for to help people in the community. Beautiful. Thank you. So I know you also act as a moderator for book clubs for kids in CCC, and just now you mentioned that also in Indigo Youth platform. So what books did you share with kids on the platform, and what is your favorite book?
So for CCC Book Club, obviously it's from CCC, and so this was made for children who join CCC classes and other children as well. So the CCC Book Club, like in classes, like I've taught the Untold Story of Sita a few stories from that, and I've like taught the class, and so I have some other books for the Amethyst and Jasper groups. And I think as for English Zone 2, we have like the separate book readings for each zone because of timing conflicts. But for English Zone 2, we're reading two books by Dana Maria Ma'am. We finished The Untold Story of Sita, and we're currently reading the story of Rukmini and the Turning of Time. And my favorite book is I read both of them, but I think both of them are very, very touching to me, because I think I have, after reading Untold Story of Sita, I really held on to it, and I think that's one book that really touched me and is changed my thinking in a lot of ways. And I think the story of Sita Mata and Rukmini Devi as well, it really helped me like see, because those aren't just stories, they're also teaching morals and lessons. And I think the books that we read in the CCC book club, like it seems like a story, but like after reading it and rereading it, I see how like Sita Mata, Sri Ram, um, Sri Krishna and Rukmini Mata, they all are like role models. And because they were there a long time ago, but the values they have, sometimes they feel like they're forgotten in today's world, but I think they're really important, and they show, like especially children and youth and everyone, that those values can still be installed in us and in society. And yeah, that's about the book club.
Is there any favorite part of Untold Story of Sita you were mentioning? Or can you share a story that you like the most, and what message it has?
Yeah, my favorite part in the book, especially just a part in the book, would be the story, like how Sita Mata, she throughout, like she was my role model throughout that book, and like even though it's a long time ago, I feel like, if she has the qualities of a person that each one of us can have. And I think that the most like um meaningful part of the book that I had, for me, special part, was when Sita Mata would left the palace after, to like where she raised Love and Kush, after just coming back from 14 years of exile, and it was because she had to restore the life in the forest life, as well as helping balance society again. And to do that, she had to go to the forest and to help raise her children. And I feel like that's an act, like, obvious. I can't say that, if I were in that position or something like that, but like, if thinking about it, just you've just struggled so much for 14 years, when you come back and you still decide to stay far away from your personal comforts, it's extraordinary. And I think that really touched me, and it's showing how much selflessness and love Sita Mata has for the world and for everyone. It wasn't just like for her children or for anyone, it was for like the nature life, it was for everyone. She didn't, whether she knew or not. And I think that shows how much humanity can do. And that really like touched me, because I think every one of us can, like, we have the potential to help someone else and help the world. And that was my favorite. And for the story, my favorite story would probably be one of the stories I taught for the CCC class. One of the stories was the story of Sage Arundhati and Sage Vashishta. This story was how Sage Arundhati and Sage Vashishta lost their children, all their sons, because of a curse set by a king, and which is now Sage Vishwamitra. And I think that the main part that really of that story that I would like to highlight is that they lost all their children, lost all their sons, but in the end they decide to create a world and or a star for full of light and happiness. And I think that was really capturing for me, because like losing a loved one or losing all your sons is a big deal. It's like you're filled with sorrow, and how they were able to turn that into something where it's not just helping them, but they're helping so many other people by creating that world of happiness and light, and removing a world without curses. And they're able to turn something that happened to them without any of their fault into something that helps so many other people. And I think that stood out to me, because now, especially as I know, like, especially for the teenagers, I've heard so many of my peers, and they're like, if they get one bad grade or if they do one bad thing, they're like, oh, I'm a failure. I can't do anything else, I won't succeed. I think this really shows that, no matter if you're like fail once, or you're if you fall into a pit or something, there's always a way where you can find a light, like a light in the darkness. And I think this really showed me that no matter how many times I like struggle, there's always a chance for me to succeed in anything that I do. And that's really a story that touched me a lot.
So beautiful. And I'm really amazed, Sonika, because that's one of my favorite book. And I've seen many people talk about the book and their perspective, but the thing that you brought up, it's amazing. I can definitely see how much you loved and how involved you were while reading that book, right? The thing about connecting with nature and Sita Mata reminding us to be with nature, and the most important thing is forgiveness. That sage, Arundhati, um, and it's like I feel the way you extracted the concept, right? And you're putting it and trying to think about how what we can do in our real life is beautiful. So these are some of the most beautiful qualities that one needs to have, and we have all these amazing books that actually share through these stories, right? So wonderful, thank you so much for sharing. And so I know that you also teach meditation to kids in Little Buddhas. So can you share your experience and what is something that you learned while guiding them?
In Little Buddhas, so Little Buddhas is the it's offer crystal children too. It's the meditation happens like how SSE meditations occurs for children, like for different the zones in like India time, Australia time, and the US times. Every evening we have a meditation session, and for 20 minutes. And Little Buddhas, it started, I think, a year, more than a year ago. And I think that this Little Buddhas, it for me especially, I'm first of all, I'm really thankful that not only do I get to do meditation, but I also had the opportunity and have the opportunity to guide to other children as well. And I think this is like, other than just getting the opportunity to help someone do meditation and also helping guide meditation for others, I think Little Buddhas especially, it has taught me like the it's taught me teamwork as well, because in coordination with my, because you have to call someone and make sure that the person who's guiding is coming and joining. And especially through not just Buddhas, but everything like CCC and everything, it taught me a lot about like many life skills. And especially Little Buddhas, it taught me like communication, and it helped me with organizing my time as well, because I join at least like 3 or 4 times a week, even on the weekdays during when I have like after school activities and all that. I join, and it helps me with, like you said, prioritizing the time, and as well as making sure, and it helps me like prioritize my time and capable my ability to join every day. And I think that's how Drupal has really helped me a lot.
Wonderful, Nana. Thank you so much for sharing. So, we want to hear about your interaction experiences with Saroja, madam.
Yeah, I think there's so many interactions with Saroja madam I had, but I think really like in like Saroja ma'am has been a very important aspect of my life. And I think that she has been like a mentor. She's a friend, and she's everything. She's um I think like, especially whenever I feel like I need, like I remember I called Sarojama this summer, and I was confused on which class. I took a class, and then I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't take this class. Maybe I'm not good at it. And so I started getting anxiety, and I started getting really scared about, like, will I be do good in that class? And so I just called Sarojama saying, can I talk to you? And I think she told me like Sarojama gave me that confidence that I have, and she told me that she taught that, especially that instance, I thought I wouldn't be able to take that course because it was a college level course, and I wasn't necessarily good at that aspect. And she gave me confidence. She was like, it's going to be okay, you'll do good. And I feel like that faith that Sarojama gave me, it's here to, it's always there for me. And I know I can always count on Sarojama, and that she'll always be with me in everything. And like I was like, whenever I'm down or something, I'll always talk with Sarojama as well. And she really provides me with that confidence and that support that like in between, I the right way to say it is like in between my friend and my mother. And so like feel like that type of relationship that we have, and I feel that it really helps me, and I'm really grateful for her in my life.
Beautiful. And as I mentioned before, right, my journey started with all the beautiful masters, and Saroja madam has been a key person in my journey too. And totally agree. Every word and every wisdom that madam shares is immensely helpful for us. And she makes everyone feel that she's close, right? That's the
Yes.
yes. So coming back to your Crystal Children Corner, right? I mean, I understand CCC Academy has three categories. So, one Telugu zone and English zone 1 for Asia Pacific and Gulf regions, English zone 2 for US, Canada, and Europe. So, you are coordinator for English zone 2. And with your experience as a coordinator, I would like to know how you are able to interact and manage your responsibilities with others who are much older to you.
I as a coordinator, I really enjoyed it. And if it was I'm like grateful for the opportunity. And like it was more obviously more responsibility and work, and interacting and like talking like with the coordinator Sridhar sir and Hari sir. And like I've always talked with them, And I think interacting with people that are much older, it's a wonderful opportunity for me because it also helps me because they're my elders, and I think that a lot of the way they help me because I was new to coordinating as well, and I think they really helped me and showed me. And I think speaking, I was never uncomfortable talking to people older than me, but I think that I'm right. Like now, if I think and look back to it, I'm really grateful for Gangadhar sir, Purna sir, and Hari sir, Sridhar sir. All I can't. It will take a long time for me to list all the names, but like Swapna ma'am, I think everyone, they've like shaped my experience with BYM, and they've supported me because I would never be able to do the coordination, everything by myself, and without the help of all of them, especially. And I think their support has helped me and brought me here today. So I think that really helped me.
Wonderfully summarized and wonderfully put. And very true, we learn from each and everyone, whether they are younger or older. And it's amazing how you could actually gel with all the masters who are much more older than you. And you're just looking everything as a learning experience.
Swapna, do you mind raising your voice a little bit? We are struggling to hear you.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sorry about that, masters. So what I was saying is like whether someone is younger or older, there is always something or other to learn. And you working with seniors, you were only focusing on the aspect of what best you can learn from them and trying to give your best to the platform. So that is really amazing. And the gratitude that you have for everyone from whom you're learning is really inspiring, Sonika.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And Sonika, I know you mentioned that BYM has brought up a lot of things, but I mean, it changed your life in a positive way. What is something that you practice that helps you in your daily life, especially in terms of like when we had this conversation, you're talking about confidence and few other things. So, what is something that really helps you to keep yourself positive all the time?
I think the first like in like something that I practice that I practice every day, and as after coming to BYM, I think that the main thing was, like I said before, like gratitude. I think that I really started practicing it the past few months, and I've seen so much change in my thinking because whenever we think about like gratitude, it's if you're grateful for everything in your life, you won't see I in a way you won't see like sorrow and things that you will see always you see the positive side of everything. And that really like helped me, especially because as a high schooler and as like when you have so many like responsibilities, you feel like, especially when it comes to school, like when you're like when you don't have the time to do something, or if you don't get the results you want, I feel like that time I feel like I'm grateful that at least I'm able to do what I can. And in as terms of confidence, I feel like over time as a child I didn't have that much self-confidence or self-esteem. And I mean, when I was like around 10 years old, I would be really low, and I would be really like low self-esteem and everything. I used to go to talk to like counselors and everything. Over time, it would get better, but especially after coming to BYM, it really changed me because I was able, through all these masters and everyone, I was able to learn more about myself. And I think that with BYM, my confidence and my like self-esteem, because all these topics I learned in BYM, everything, they all are like helping you become a better person and become a better master, knowing your inner self. And I think I've learned so much about myself, my potential, and my capabilities. And I know that whatever I do, I always have a chance of success, and that I can pave my own success in wherever I go. And I think that really helped me a lot.
Beautiful, Sonika. You are sharing all the important qualities that one needs to develop, not just kids, and how beautifully, how to actually plan and implement these things in our daily lives. And I'm seeing so many positive comments and blessings for you, Sonika, in the chat. We also have some BIM coordinators and Saroja madam who actually have something to say about you. So this is what Saroja madam says, that Sonika is one of the most reliable and valuable members of BYM platform. A 14-year girl who has taught everyone through her example how to live a balanced life. Amazing voluntary contributions to CCC Academy as a student, as a teacher in CCC Academy. Taught children about great wisdom from great female sages Anasuya, Arundhati, from the untold story of Sita. And key member of Indigo Youth Platform, leading CCC Academy book clubs, one of the leaders of Little Buddha team helping children with daily meditations, and spiritual wisdom in her time management, managing her high school studies along with her community service on BYM platform is amazing. And Madam also says that you utilize this wisdom to manage and focus well on all the activities. And you have proven, like with excellent grades, that no matter how busy you are doing all these multiple activities too, you can still be better at your grades. And Madam says that she sees you as a flag bearer of BYM Foundation, taking it to the next generation of humanity. God bless you. That is what Madam had to say about you. We have Gangadhar sir, who also shared his inputs. He says that I still remember seeing Sonika first time in CCC and batch one parent information sessions. So it seems you immediately raised her hand as a volunteer and became yoga teacher. So he says Sonika's journey in CCC as a student, teacher, coordinator is phenomenal. And Little Buddhas and book club contributions are amazing. And he feels that you're inspiring even to teachers with your dedication and perfection. And he says Sonika's energies are present in every project of BYM, be it CCC, Indigo Youth Platform, Little Buddhas, book clubs, and your contributions for Ananda Lahari cultural programs and expression of self classes is exceptional. And what Gangadhar sir says is one remarkable aspect is that you strive for excellence everywhere, not only on our platform, but also in your academics, which makes you junior Saroja madam. And I can totally agree and relate to that. And we have Navina madam who wrote that I was initially surprised when Saroja madam mentioned that one of the CCC child is going to volunteer and immediately knew she's exceptional child. I got chance to closely work with her as yoga teacher in batch 1 and got mesmerized with her zeal, passion, dedication and planning. I also worked with her in Anand Lahari cultural programs, and she flowed us with ideas, creativity, inputs, and suggestions. Sonika extended her support to all zones of CCC. I could again work with her in expression of self classes. Sonika's planning, giving various ideas for encouragement, encouraging children participation is awe-inspiring. Sonika always extended her support to help me in various activities. My hearty gratitude to her. She is one girl who is inspiring not only to students but also to teachers and coordinators. Her perfect planning to balance her studies along with volunteering is very, very amazing, and it's an inspiration to everybody on the platform. Wow, that's so beautiful, and I can see how you actually reciprocate and how your gratitude and everything, and how much it is impacting this platform, Sonika. Thank you so much for all your time and your contributions. And I can clearly see why Madam calls you the flag bearer of BYM. It's amazing, right, Masters, to see such a young girl who's got so much depth in her thoughts and in her wisdom. And there is so much to learn from her. And keep up the good work, Sonika, and keep inspiring us on this platform. Thank you so much. And I know you guide meditation, so we have some time. So it will be great, like if you can guide us into a 10-minute or 15-minute meditation, whatever you're comfortable with.
Yes, I would love to do that. And before we close, I have one more thing to say, if that's fine.
Yes,
I
please.
would. Yeah, I just like you were saying, like I just remembered like when I was talking about gratitude, and one of the biggest things in my life that I really like struggled with would probably be my health. And I think that one thing that really like, especially with BYM, like while you were talking, I just remembered that the BYM, the one thing it really helped me with would be that. And I was my health as I was at the age of 6, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And so when growing, so I always had that and I would get sick and that. And I think that really like pulled me down at some points in my life. And, I'd always be thinking like why I was getting such things, or like why I was getting sick, and why I wasn't be able to like enjoy my childhood like some other children and like my other friends. And I think that that really like played BYM played an important role. Like when I was coming to gratitude, like I really surrendered, and I think that I surrendered to the fact that I was at least doing better than other, because there's so many kids around the world. I'm not the only person. I'm actually really happy that I'm good. And today I'm completely healthy. And that's thanks to the people come into my life, and like the people who helped heal me, and as well as I think gratitude, especially like for me, like personally and mentally, it gave me some ease, because I know that that's not in my hand. And for especially for like everyone else, I feel like that whenever we have a problem in our life, when we come to acknowledge that it's really, when you look at it in the future, you'll like laugh at it one day. And I think the struggles that I had before, they made me to who I am today, and I'm really grateful for them in a way. And that really helped me. And yeah, that's all I had to share. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Swapna, I can't stop but interfere here. I have to talk just even for 30 seconds. I normally don't come in between BYM interviews, but apologies if I have stopped the flow of what you people have been doing. But I had to intervene here because there is a big lesson for the humanity. Humanity tomorrow is what children are today. And this is the generation I call crystal generation. Whatever we have seen today, heard from Sonika today, if we can inculcate in our children that Sonika has tried to improve her health, which she managed to through her wisdom. She had applied that wisdom into her studies, and she has seen the results. She has tried to bring time management through this wisdom, which she was very successful in every part of her life. For a 14-year-old girl to see what spiritual wisdom can do in her life is phenomenal. People at my age do this all the time, but it's not a surprise. By the time you come to my age, there's nothing more important than looking at what's the next phase in the life, which is spirituality. But for a 14-year-old girl to realize this wisdom at this age, I want every child on this planet to do what Sonika is doing, because this is what spiritual wisdom is for, to apply when you need it. And you need it when you are young, not when you are old like me. So Swapna, this was the one message I wanted to give to all the children, not only of this BYM platform, because I know on BYM platform, we have many Sonikas. Today we have interviewed only one Sonika, but I know there are many more Sonikas. And as we go forward, we will be doing interview Sonika 2, Sonika 3, Sonika 4, and Swapna will be here to do all that. But what I want this message to go is much wider than the BYM community, saying that please inculcate the spiritual wisdom in your children very early on and learn from what Sonika Madam has to teach us. I really could not hold myself back, Swapna, and thank you very much. What a great interview we have seen here. With that, I will go back into the screen. Thank you very, very much.
Ma'am, thank you for coming and summarizing, and definitely your message is very valuable. You've covered many other things, and what it's not, as you said, ma'am, it's not just for kids, right? It's for everybody, whatever she shared. And for me also, it's like a reflection and reiterating things that I need to practice. So I take it that way, and I've learned something from this beautiful master today. And I feel very blessed and fortunate that I could have this interaction with her. And while before this interview, while I was talking to her, when I was hearing her experiences, I literally had goosebumps, and I was like amazed. Am I really talking to a 14-year-old girl? So it's wonderful and amazing, and really kudos to their parents and family too for encouraging her and supporting her. It's like whatever she is, definitely they also play a very big part. So, as you said, ma'am, it's a group effort. It's like the entire family needs to be in with this mindset, and that is when it will be really helpful for the kids too. Thank you. So we have like Sonika. So do you want to guide just like 5 or 10 minutes meditation today? And then we will
Yeah,
conclude.
sure, ma'am.
I really want to actually meditate with your energies and all the masters here. So,
Yes,
master,
ma'am.
I
Yeah.
request you all to slowly and gently close your eyes, clasp your hands, cross your feet, try to sit in a comfortable position, keeping your spine straight. And Sonika will guide us for some time. Thank you.
Masters, interlock your fingers and place them in your lap. Close your eyes. Observe your breath. Watch your incoming breath and outgoing breath. Keep observing your breath. Observe the air that goes in your nose. Observe the air that comes out of your nose. If you get any thoughts, just let them go. Let them pass by like clouds in the sky. Watch your incoming breath and outgoing breath. Feel your stomach move in and out. Observe your breath. Feel the energy move throughout your body. Feel the air moving through your nose. Feel your body relax and become calm. Feel the energy vibrating your body. Observe your natural and formless breath. If you get any thoughts, just observe them and let them go. Feel the air filling your stomach. Feel your body relaxing. Observe your peaceful mind. Focus on your natural breath. Feel the energy flowing through your body. Feel the air moving through your body. Gently rub your hands together and place them on your closed eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now remove your hands and open your eyes with a smile. Thank you, Masters, and thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Beautiful. We are going back with wonderful wisdom and great energies too. I could feel such a good energies today. Thank you all, Masters. Thank you to everybody who joined today. And please don't forget, Masters, we have our CCC annual graduation celebration, Anand Dalhari, coming up on November 6th, 2022. So stay tuned.
Yes, also batch 4 registrations are out, so please register for that. But if you're interested in joining CCC for our next batch, thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Masters. Thank you, Swapna Madam, and thank you, Sonika Madam. There is no words to describe this. Excellently said by Sonika Madam for sharing her insights and her experiences and what a knowledge we had gained today. As from such a young age, she has learning and traveling and applying in her daily life all the spiritual knowledge he is gaining from all different masters. And today, just I want to mention one thing: this gratitude, which I usually tell in Crystal Children. First of all, I need to thank Saroja Madam for giving me the opportunity to teach children in Crystal Children Corner. And when she mentioned about gratitude as she's practicing every day and changed my life, that is enough for this lifetime, that I had created an impact for one such a child at a very tender age, so that she is able to implement in her everyday life. That's what the teachers make on the future generations. That's what Saroja Madam is making a great impact on our lives. Then we are making for the upcoming generations. Thank you. In this occasion, I want to thank Saroja Madam for this wonderful opportunity given for all the teachers in Crystal Children Corner as well as. And so because Navina Madam, the Gangadhar sir and Saroja Madam well said about Sonika Madam, there is nothing more to say, because they all three covered whatever is, because all the activities she's doing in Crystal Children Corner, Indigo Youth Platform, and supporting from the background about video editing and all this, everything she does it, and the time management she does. We need to learn, because still I'm a bit curious how she's managing. So I got to know where to find the time now and how to rearrange my time to get the activities going on. So she's such an inspiring girl who is creating huge impact on not only in the BYM, surrounding her, wherever she's going, that impact is getting created from her around across the people surrounding her. Thank you, Sonika Madam, for being with us in Crystal Children Corner and being part of our lives as well as. And we are learning from you as well as, and we are improving ourselves as well as. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Purna.
And thank you, Sandhya. And before closing the session, Masters, we have many more sessions to come in future, and many more masters are going to come into the platform of Voice of BYM and I'm going to share their wisdom and experiences and the knowledge they had gained from Beyond Your Mind Foundation, and how they are implementing in their lives to transform their lives. And stay tuned so that everybody can learn from other masters. Somehow that wisdom we can apply in our lives to transform our lives as well as. And moreover, as Sonika Madam told, that Crystal Children Corner batch 4 is going to start very soon, and registrations are already open. Gangadhar sir had put link on the chat window, as well as if you have trouble going into the website and logging into and registering them, Gangadhar sir is always ready to helping parents or students to register for batch 4, as well as you can contact Gangadhar sir on 04320. Sorry, that's wrong number. I'm telling this, I'm giving my number. I'm so excited right now. I'll give Gangadhar sir number as well, as so that is, it's Australian number actually, masters. 0406809521. You can add the Australian code as +61. So if you have any trouble regarding registering for CCC classes, please contact Gangadhar sir. He is always ready to help any time to register for Crystal Children classes. And thank you, Gangadhar sir, for recording the session in the background. And thank you, Saroja madam, for joining the session and sharing your wonderful wisdom about all the topics Sonika had covered. And thank you, Swapna madam, for wonderfully hosting the program. And thank you, Sonika, for sharing your wonderful wisdom with us all. Thank you, masters. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And see you in another episode. Thank you.
Thank you all.